Hello everyone. Welcome back to the stream. It feels good to be back on kind of a schedule, you could say, back. But welcome back everybody. Heads up and fair warning, my throat is pretty sore right now. So streaming and talking a lot is probably the last thing I should do, but I really wanted to play this Archon Quest tonight, so I will do my best for all of you, and don't mind if my voice is a little bit raspier than usual. All right. But yeah, welcome in everyone. I'm glad I finally figuring out how the YouTube thing works and accidentally create a second live stream this time. That's pretty poggers. Welcome Intwaj, welcome Tara, welcome Gistal, welcome Radio Noise, welcome everyone. Tara's grinding on their North American account, I see, and is not planning to sleep tonight. Okay. But yeah, when is the collab gonna happen? The collab with Gestal, I'm assuming, because you addressed the message to them. This Friday, actually. We figured out a time for that, so you can expect another stream on Friday of this week. Yeah, we got a little challenge going on with each other. You guys will probably get to hear more then. I won't, spoil too much of it, or spoil too much of what we have planned, so that you can come watch. I'm gonna have some background music going on today, because it felt a little quiet for me last time. So as always, let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet, or what for you. Oh, yeah, I tried to have some peppermint tea today because, peppermint's supposed to be good for your throat. Didn't help me one bit. It probably doesn't help that, I basically spent this entire weekend talking to people. I went to, like, 2 different parties in the same day, and I was hanging out with people all day. We were, all kinds of social events. And the world outside is loud. So, again, disclaimer, if you hear loud noises, it's probably just the train or somebody or somebody racing past in their sports car. you know how it is. But, green tea made your throat better? Yeah, I don't have any green tea. I have peppermint tea and lemon ginger tea. But yeah, today we are going to be playing through NATLAN Archon Quest Act 2. I've heard this one is pretty good, and again, I have completely avoided spoilers. So I'm going in completely blind, and I'm pretty excited about that. So I have no idea what to expect besides what was in the trailer. So I know Mavuika and Capitano are gonna fight, and I'm excited to see that. I love a woman swinging a big sword around, you know what I mean? Yeah, maybe I'll try to get some cough drops tomorrow if this doesn't go away. Although tomorrow's Labor Day, so nothing's gonna be open. Speaking of tomorrow, I can also tease that tomorrow I'm going to start recording the next account fix. So that'll be the next big project that you can expect within the next month or 2. I don't know how long I'm going to spend on the account this time. Probably going to try for at least a week. Or probably going to be at least a week, just because of farming days and stuff like that. It gets awkward. But we will see. It's an pretty interesting account this time. I think you guys are gonna really like what I've picked out for this time around. I do love a woman swinging a big sword around. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I don't know what any of those words mean, Tara, but that sounds great. I'm glad you like it. we talked about my rating of the Act 1 of the Archon Quest before. Again, I think it was pretty good, like on par with like Fontaine Act 1, um, at the very least. So again, I think they did great with the cutscenes. Like Kachina versus Mulan was excellent. That was such a fun cutscene. Um, I'm just the ending of the first Archon quest. I liked it. I did. It was depressing, but I liked it. It just didn't feel like it was related to the Archon quest. It felt like that should have been like Mulani's story quest, really. And instead of being like tacked on to the end of Act 1, it should have been like developed a little bit more through a story quest. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. Because it doesn't seem like they're really doing story quests right now. They're doing the Tribal Chronicles instead. So maybe the plan is to include story quests into the Archon quest.
So why not pay less for fast?
I don't know. I just realized I don't have an ad blocker on my new laptop and I'm getting ads on my music. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay, well, if that becomes a problem, we'll have to forgo the lo-fi music in the background. Oh, you're talking about One Piece. I see. Yeah, not a One Piece girly. Unfortunately, many men have tried to get me into it. I simply cannot. I I recognize that there could be an amazing story in there, but the art style just turns me off so bad. And like art style when I watch anime is a huge thing for me. Like I really like want to appreciate the art and enjoy the animation, and yeah, it's just not for me. I can't get over how he draws women. I can't. The stick with boobs is not my style, you know, as much as you know, I'm not that much of a degenerate. And also the fact that there are 1,000 episodes to get into is a huge turnoff. Yeah, it's a lot. Like, I can get into Yu-Gi-Oh! I can get into 5 seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh! But like 20 seasons of One Piece, I cannot. I am a little interested about the One Piece, the one that Netflix is doing, that's supposed to be like a retelling of the story from the beginning with like better pacing and animation. I may end up watching that, or at least giving that a try. Yeah, just so I can say I've watched some of One Piece. And if I like it, maybe I'll continue. But, yeah, that's my stance on the One Piece for now. They're gonna make short One Piece. It's still 5,000 episodes, but all the characters are 5'2". Finally, content I can relate to as a short girl. Yeah, that sounds like you, Tara. 1,000 episodes in 1 month? That sounds like something you would do. That's all I can say. But yeah. So, I'm also kind of interested in the Netflix live action, but I don't have Netflix. I don't have Netflix while I'm here at college because my mom's accountant, she doesn't pay for the multiple households thing. So maybe over Christmas or next summer I'll get to that whenever. By the way, starting stream a little bit earlier today, you may have noticed things went kind of late last time, later than I intended to go at least. And I'm guessing this Archon quest is probably going to be another 3 hours. So I wanted to get things started a little early so we had some time to chat. Didn't feel like you were rushing through things. Like, I get like watching anime, like binging through seasons of anime in a month. I've done it before with Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, because sometimes you're just obsessed. But, damn, 1,000 episodes. It's just such a big number. It's such a big number. Like, yeah, it's hard for me to get into shows that have so many seasons. You watch Bleach twice in 1 month. Okay, I never gone that low to watch a whole show twice in a month. Have I? Have I? Wait. Actually, yes. Actually, yes. I rewatched Husband Hotel twice. Twice in 1 month in February. I did in fact do that. Okay. I understand. But that's only 12 episodes, so like I did it in literally an evening. I watched the whole show in one evening. The best I've done is a Minecraft series 3 times in a month. Which Minecraft series, Twaj? Is it one of the life series or is it one of my series? that's my best guesses. I've never, yeah, okay. 400 episodes and you watch that twice? I guess if you can do all of One Piece in a month, 800 episodes is nothing, right? Was a BRMCYT? I feel like I've heard that before, but I don't know what exactly it refers to. But that's probably your silly guys, huh? Oh, Brazilian Minecraft YouTubers. Okay, I should have connected the dots there. All right, I'm gonna stop yapping now. I'm opening up Genshin. Well, I'm gonna keep yapping because that's what you're here to watch, right? But we're gonna start getting into the quest here. Move the yapping to Genshin, absolutely. Alrighty. Flashbang. At least I give you warning. I so wish they gave you an option to do dark mode here. Seeing this at like 1 AM logging in for dailies sucks. Oh, I forgot to switch my controller. Excuse me, Genshin. There we go. Here we are. Alrighty, I'm back. I'm Keqing. If you want a Keqing update, I leveled her to 80 just because I was using her a lot and it felt bad having her at 70. I'm saving the Ascension for the video though. I have enough to level up her weapon now. I gave her an EM goblet. I know it's not the best choice, but it's really the only like double crit goblet I had for her. So yeah. And talents, we're at 668 still, but I have 74 saved for leveling her up. She will be triple crowned. She will be. Holy shit, what the fuck? Turn that off. If you do your daily quest at 11 PM, you get to keep doing them until after midnight. You get Tuesday's worth of quests done. Actually, incorrect. Because Genshin is an Asian game, it runs in a kind of skewed time reset. So it doesn't reset at midnight, like in each time zone. It resets at midnight within your region. So the region's midnight is set on the West Coast. So it resets at midnight, you know, in California. It resets at 1 AM in the mountains. It resets at 2 AM where I am, and it resets at 3 AM if you're over in New York on the East Coast. Keqing maxing.
I know for work-life balance.
I might use that as the title of the video. That's good. Keqing maxing. Yeah. So unfortunately, I would have to stay up until 2 AM to be able to do all of my daily quests in a row. So the plan would work for you. Yeah, Twaj, you could stay up until midnight and do your daily quests. But let's see, where is it? This over here? A decision. What does that mean? Here we go. And teleport over here. Resets at 10 a.m. for you? So you can get up in the morning, do your dailies from yesterday, and do your dailies for today at the same time? That's pretty convenient. Or you take a walk around the people of the springs. How about a leisurely jog instead? God, this area is so pretty though. They did such a good job with the environment design this time. Alrighty, where am I going here? Out here? I think. Yeah.
Paimon feels like a whole new Paimon after those 2 days in the hot springs. The Abyss kind of threw a wrench in our relaxation,
Paimon,
though.
a woman just died.
Still, spending time here really has felt like a vacation.
Paimon, we helped a woman
Kaholasaurs
plan a
are so
funeral
nice
party.
and so
That
fun
was
to play
not a
with.
vacation.
Their bellies are super bouncy. Oh, and Atea's snacks were so delicious. She gave Paimon some for the road just this morning, actually. Yelling at some kids who got caught throwing stones in the hot springs, so not much has changed since we first met her.
The woman is dying, Paimon. Show some respect.
Hey, you guys. Sleep well last night?
Yep, this area is so nice.
Glad you like it. I was thinking of taking you guys out to do some sea fishing. Later tonight, we can eat whatever we catch. Fresh fish is absolutely delicious right off the grill.
Hey,
I would
Moalani!
agree. I had some nice fish.
Yeah?
Nice
What do you
fish
need?
this weekend. Bold
The
of you
team
to
sent
assume I
out to
wake up
fight in
before
the
10
Night Warden
a.m.
Wars has
Okay,
returned.
just let's work
And
on that.
Kachina?
then.
Is she back as well?
Kachina fell in battle. But don't worry, the team was victorious, so the rite of resurrection will be held in the stadium soon.
Kachina died, but don't worry. What?
That's a relief. The Abyss is cunning, and it was her first time. Mistakes are bound to happen.
Mistakes? A person
Exactly.
dying is
She
not a
deserves to hold her
mistake.
head up high.
Even if you can bring
All
them
right,
back
thanks
to
for
life.
letting me know. We'll head out in a bit.
Okay, crazy way to start the quest, but alright.
Jeez, she sounded a little anxious there. Had me thinking it was bad news for a moment.
Oh geez, just my friend dying.
Moalani,
I thought it was
you
bad
said
news
the
for a
Abyss
minute.
was cunning just now, but it seems like the Abyss just wants to destroy everything.
The nonchalantness
Think about all
was
those monsters that
palatable.
attacked your tribe. If
Yo,
there
thank
really
you for
was
the
some
sub,
sort of
Deja.
cunning plan, wouldn't it make more sense to send them to attack Kachina and her small team? Not that Paimon wants them to be in any more danger. It's just
Relax, I get it. The Abyss is difficult to understand, that's for sure. At a glance, it certainly seems like the only goal is total destruction. The Abyss
I
isn't a
don't
living
like
entity
so
after
far
all,
how
so what
vague
capacity
they're
for
being
logic or
about
planning
like
could it
going
possibly
to fight
possess?
the abyss.
But
It's
through
just
our
kind of
long
like a
history of
rabbit
fighting
hole
the
that like
Abyss,
characters disappear
we
into
realize
so
things
far.
aren't quite so
I really hope they
simple.
let like us interact
500
with
years
it
ago,
and like
the Abyss
go
invaded
to the
Teyvat.
abyss and fight.
You know about that, right? That's right. Conria suffered greatly during that time. But so did every other nation in Teyvat, and NATLAN was the worst affected of all. It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon
How
and heroes
are
from
you the
every
one that
tribe to
knows this
finally
history?
repel the Abyss.
You're just water
Even
sports
so,
girl.
the effects of the invasion lingered for hundreds of years, only able to be reversed little by little. Our tribe's
Abyss.
waters were contaminated. The Children of Echo's territory was overrun by dangerous sludge surging from
dangerous
underground.
sludge.
Unrelenting black winds tore across the lands of the Flower Feather clan. It was like each disaster was designed for a specific tribe.
Oh, so we're getting into a little 10 plagues here?
Exactly. We once thought that
A
the
little- a
Abyss's
little
desire for
biblical, are
destruction
we?
was a sort of primal instinct. But its methods are,
They
in
call me
truth,
the dangerous
marked by
sludge
intelligence.
because, well,
We now believe the Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom, and has the capacity to read the memories of this land at any given moment.
And that's how it became so dangerous and cunning. Almost like it knows you inside and out.
Yes.
They've used
And
the word
that's why
cunning
we've been
far too
unable to
many
fully
times in this
eradicate it,
conversation.
even after all this time. Luckily, the problems left behind by the Abyss have been successfully addressed by the various pyro archons we've had over the years. Now every tribe is prospering and things are looking up. I mean, just look at what we managed to do a few days ago. We totally fought them off.
We totally fought them off, guys.
You must have had to sacrifice a lot to get to this point.
Every battle, every sacrifice is in pursuit of a future where we get to stop fighting. Responsibility, duty, unavoidable burden. Everyone in NATLAN views the war differently, but I believe we will be rid of the Abyss one day.
To not go the
And
direction
the efforts of all who fought against them will become a story for the ages.
But rather a nation that
To
is
think that my name
constantly
could
just
survive
at
in
war.
ballads passed down to
Like,
future
a lot of people
generations.
predicted that the
It's
war
kind of
part of
romantic.
NATLAN would be like all the tribes
Everyone
fighting
has something that
against each
drives
other,
them forward, you know?
which I think it's way more of an interesting story if it's how all the different tribes come together against a united threat.
We have to. Not only for ourselves, but for our future. Anyway, let's head to the stadium. Our fishing trip can wait until Kachina's back with us. The sea's not going anywhere.
The sea's not going anywhere. That's ominous. That feels like a little bit of foreshadowing. Talking about different disasters designed towards different tribes that are based on different geological locations. I'm sure that means nothing. Oh, hello? Cutscene? Cutscene. Kind of. Meanwhile, me with a really big straw.
Whoa, this place is packed already.
Of course. No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our heroes back from battle. It's their moment of glory. Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
She's also gonna be like
Yeah,
traumatized
she
from
doesn't seem
dying
like the kind
and
of person
coming
who
back
likes
to
being the
life.
center of attention.
Like, no matter how
Looks like I'm just
normalized
in
that
time.
must be in their culture, like for the individual,
Can
there's
I
no
chill
way
here?
they don't walk away from that with trauma.
Yeah, a commission ran longer than expected, but I made it. I heard about the incident with your tribe, Mualani. Is everyone all right?
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Our new friend here's got some tricks up her sleeve, by the way. She's just as strong as Kachina made her out to be.
Hey, look! Is it about to start?
That's right. Someone will come out and recite a eulogy, and
They're
then we'll
gonna
sing the
recite a
Ode of Resurrection
eulogy
together.
and then bring her back
Come
to
on, let's
life.
find a spot with a good view.
I'm
When the
sorry,
singing starts,
I'm
just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
baffled by
Let's
this.
go somewhere higher up so Kachina can spot us.
We are gathered here today to honor the life of Kachina. And now, for your viewing pleasure,
Warriors of
Kachina.
NATLAN, heed the call of life. We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and
This
future.
explains why they're so pale. They're just terrified.
That is NATLAN's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
Did she walk into the fire? Huh? Huh? Oh, they're singing. That's kind of cool. And where is she?
I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
What?
What?
What does that even mean?
Sorry guys,
Usually
Kachina's
once
dead
the
for
ode is
real.
complete,
You can mourn
Pyro
now.
Archon and resurrected person will emerge from the flames. But something went wrong.
What's going on? This has never happened before.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss didn't win after all. Think about it. The ode
Clearly, it's
rekindles
your
all
fault.
victors. We've witnessed it countless
I
times.
think I know what happened.
Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to this victory than meets the eye.
Hey, you just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina beat you in the pilgrimage.
Pathetic. The both of you.
Your wild guesses are misplaced. We completed our mission.
Oh goodness,
Maybe
please
you
get her
did,
voice actor a pop
But who's to
filter.
say whether that little
Oh,
girl
dear.
even contributed at all? Maybe she got scared and ran off. Why would the Y-Up recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare you insult a hero of Natlan like that?
Pro's just
Kachina
comfortably
sacrificed herself to
spitting
repel the abyss.
blasphemy in front of
She
their
doesn't
god.
deserve to be subjected to your vile rumors when she's not even here to defend herself.
Calm down, Mualani. There's no point arguing with the likes of them.
I can't just sit here and let them slander her like that.
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually has to be a hero.
Actually.
You!
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? A girl who never should have even gone to war? Or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly stop working?
That's true. If she wasn't revived, it must mean she failed to achieve victory.
Well, yeah,
Maybe
because she
the Wyab
died.
interpret victory in different ways?
I mean, that girl didn't look all that strong to me.
Pyro Archon, say something.
Kachina
Your people
wouldn't
are about
have
to
run.
beat each
That's
other
not
up
like
over
her at
this.
all.
No! She's been waiting for this moment for too long. No matter how daunting the situation, no matter how scared she might feel, she's always the first person to stand up and face it head on. We don't even know what happened, so don't you dare try to use this as an excuse to vent your anger or slander her reputation.
Fine.
No venting in
We'll
general,
find out what
please.
happens soon enough. Then, we'll see who truly deserves glory.
Bro.
That's enough.
Finally, the Archon says something.
There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it. She is a hero worthy of our admiration and celebration. However, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all my deepest apologies as I continue to investigate this matter. To prevent further casualties, I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage until this matter is resolved.
What?
No one is all-knowing. No one is infallible, not even myself. But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon we wield against others.
I didn't mean it that way, Archon.
Sorry, Archon. I didn't mean it that way. I
If
promise.
there are things you wish to
I was
clarify,
just being a
then
little
ask
silly.
me directly. Doubt my answer if you wish, but now's your chance. You have concerns? State them.
No, of course not.
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind,
They're just killing off the
then it
girl
would seem
and
the truth
spitting on
never
her
mattered to
grave.
you at all.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question. So much for all that glory talk earlier.
I have a question, Archon. My friend Kachina. Do you have any idea where she
Girl,
is?
she cannot hear you from
It's
there. Speak
extremely
up.
important to me. I know you said you were investigating the situation, but I'm sorry, that's not enough.
I've already shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth and rescue your friends sooner, you should join the investigation. So, What do you say?
Of course I'll join.
In that case, come see me in the speaker's chamber.
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? I'd like to have a chat.
Because we have to have the main character there to
Rest
see what
assured,
happens.
everyone, I'll keep the tribal chiefs informed on the progress of the investigation. Once again, I apologize for the outcome of this ceremony. If there are no further questions, let's part for now.
Did she just ask us to come along?
I believe she did. Let's go.
It's like the first
I'd
time
like to
an
know what's
Archon
going
is
on myself.
asked to speak to us before we go to them. Yeah, seriously, how the fuck are they hearing each other across the whole stadium? Wow, look at this gaggle of
The
playable
situation is
characters.
urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina is undoubtedly a hero of NATLAN, and I'm deeply sorry this happened to her. There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. As a result, I've been unable to track down her location. Until we find and address the cause of the unrest, the Ode of Resurrection will continue to be ineffective.
And that means Kachina won't be able to come back?
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night Kingdom is resolved.
Dang, okay, so I guess I
How
have a
long
little
will
bit of
that
an
take?
emotional stake in solving this problem, huh?
It's hard to
Because
say.
my sweet little baby Geo girl has to come back.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the
We
Abyss,
cannot just leave
of doing her part to defend Natlan.
The Wharton build.
She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, the Pyro Archon would be there to bring her back to life. Whenever we sat down together,
Girl,
exhausted
your
from
eyes,
training,
your pupils,
she would always
they're
hum the
shaking.
Ode of Resurrection. She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy. We supported her every step of the way, but what are we supposed to do now? Sit peacefully and wait for her return? Lose ourselves in grief over her death? Tell me, are we her friends? Or her murderers?
Whoa.
That's
okay,
not fair,
Mualani.
Mualani.
Mualani, back up a bit. You didn't
It's
do
all right.
anything.
I
you didn't
understand
kill her.
your
The
rage
Abyss
and your
did.
grief. Kachina's life means a great deal to me, Mualani. Believe me, I want to bring her back as soon as possible. I would give you that peace of mind if I could. But please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you a broader picture of the issue we are now facing. Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rules of our nation.
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. The foundation of our resistance against the Abyss. If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, there will likely be more casualties. But if we stop altogether, the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the people of the Springs will only be the first of many.
If we compare the two choices, the former seems to be the lesser of two evils. Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the costs is my duty. The raw truth can be cruel. But we need to understand it if we want to approach this rationally.
But what would you say, Mualani? This is personal for you. And unlike Kanich, I dare say it's not a simple case of weighing up which course of action is less painful.
It's not about which course of
is it?
action is less painful. It's about what the
I can't choose
logical
between them,
decision
and I don't
is.
want to.
If you
Saying that
all
one
go
is
back to
preferable over the
Abyss,
other is
you have to take
disrespectful
on
to the people who
risk that you may
suffered.
die, but you also have to go there to figure out
You're
how
saying
to
it
solve
doesn't
this
matter
problem
whether
in
I
the first
suspend the
place.
pilgrimage.
If you do nothing, and you
consequences
stop
will
sending
be
people
equally
altogether,
painful.
the Abyss is just going to
Yes.
close in. Like,
What
that
happened to
seems like
Kachina
an
breaks
easy,
my heart.
logical solution to me.
But I couldn't bring myself to sacrifice other people for her sake.
And that is the crux of the problem. It's not simply a matter of choosing the lesser of two evils.
People are going to die no
Either
matter
way,
what.
there will
It's a
be
problem
people
of
who
are people
suffer.
going to die now,
And the end
or is
result will be
everyone
the
going to
same.
die later?
Belief in the pilgrimage
This logic
will
does
waver.
not track.
Once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the Abyss. And that is exactly what the Abyss wants. Their ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to destroy the people's faith in them. To prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else, we need to suspend the pilgrimage. So that is my current plan. And in the meantime, I've made efforts to strengthen each tribe's defenses. Then, we have to find another way of strengthening the sacred flame to keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be easy. I'll need time to figure out the best approach. I understand your anger, Mualani, but I hope that provided some clarity at least.
She's taking here. It really kind of feels like she's
Paimon
just
thought
stepping
things were
back
gonna
and
get heated for a
doing
second,
nothing.
but the Pyro
Or
Archon
choosing
took the
to
time
just
to explain everything so
nothing.
patiently.
I owe you an apology, Archon. I let myself get carried away earlier, and I'm sorry. You're right.
So we
We
know
need to
what
focus
the
on finding
incandescent Ode
solutions.
of Resurrection
We could always
is
hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to
from the
fight in the
Travail
Night
trailer
Warden
now,
Wars.
obviously.
That way, we would still be able to fuel the sacred flame.
Whether
I've
it was
considered
related
that,
specifically to
but the two
Kachina
events
now,
have
or if
nearly
it's going
always
to
been linked.
apply to a different character later, I
Without the
don't know for
chance
sure.
to fight the Abyss,
But,
pilgrimage rankings lose their prestige, and
where was I
competitor
with
numbers
this?
will drop.
Oh
With fewer
yeah,
participants, the amount of contending
suspicion
fire produced will
is that
decrease.
Eon-san,
And the vicious cycle will
who
continue
was in the
indefinitely.
Travail trailer, was originally the
essentially,
subject. It was
the
originally
Abyss
in
is taking
Kachina's
Kachina
place,
hostage.
you know, years ago, when they first put that trailer out. They probably hadn't developed the NATLAN story very far.
You've learned about the
My
concept of
theory is
ley
that
lines
Eon-san
during
was
your
probably in that
travels,
place
yes?
before, and Eon-san,
The Night Kingdom
you know,
is
used to
something
be
similar.
the
Staying there for a short
first
period of time shouldn't have
4-star,
an
one of the
effect
first
on the
5
person.
stars of NATLAN. Again,
But
in
with the
Kachina's
Abyss in the
place,
picture,
both,
it's a
like,
different
in
story.
release and in the story.
Your sense of self will be devoured
Why it was
until eventually
changed?
you become
Who
one
knows?
with the
Could be
sea
any
of
number of
souls.
reasons.
Imagine pouring a cup
I would
of
suspect
water
they just
into a rushing
realized or
river.
decided that Eon
You can
Sun
try
wasn't
to
the
scoop
right
up another
character
cup, but there's no chance it will be the same water you had before.
to kick off the
I won't
nation?
sugarcoat
They
it.
didn't think it would draw in
That
as many
is the
people?
danger Kachina is currently facing.
Or that the
Just like you said, Archon. Both of
I don't
these
know,
problems
design
need to
didn't
be
fit
addressed.
quite right. I'm not sure.
You can focus all your efforts on dealing with the sacred flame.
That's my
I will
personal,
go search
my
for
personal
Kachina.
crack theory or whatever.
The Abyss poses the same threat to you as it does to her. It is very possible you will not return. Knowing that, do you still choose to go?
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her. That's all that matters.
She's not
I
waiting
failed to
for
protect her
anything,
during
girl.
our campaign.
She's dead.
But I can make it up to her now. I choose to go as well.
Traveler?
Casca, I don't
What
want to
do
see
you
your
think?
ugly ass.
Understood. Then I'll support you in any way I can.
The Archon's
Masters
like,
of the Night Wind
I'm
have
not
a
gonna do
technique that
anything.
can
And
extract
everybody
an
else is
ancient
like,
name
okay,
from the
then
ley
we'll do
lines.
something.
If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link between them to pinpoint her position within the Night Kingdom. Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night Kingdom in person and rescue her.
So we are going to get to go to the abyss. So we are
Can we
going to
even
get
go
to go
there?
to the abyss.
Under normal
I am okay with
circumstances,
this.
only
This
the
is,
consciousness
kind of
can
what I was
enter.
hoping the story would go
But there
with.
is a way to go there in person. However, know that the Night Kingdom will attempt to repel you, and the Abyss certainly won't leave you be.
I'm quiet. Oh no.
It's fine by me.
Same
Oh
here.
no.
Fighting the Abyss is nothing new for me.
It could also have to do with the fact that there are very loud people outside right now, and you have to wait for them to go past. One second. Okay, now is this better? Now can you actually hear me?
So, Paimon's the only one who's scared? Well, if you're going, Traveler, Paimon's going too.
Lali of the Masters of the Night Wind once created an artifact that can be used to communicate with the Wyab. We call it the Spirit Speaker Stone.
Are we gonna get to see
It was
Sith
originally
Lolly?
used as a ceremonial artifact wielded by the tribal chiefs. But that spiritual quality also means it can be used to search for an ancient name.
Yars. Okay.
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago. Didn't think I'd be hearing about it again so soon.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. I will offer you whatever aid I can, but your fellowship and courage are what will truly decide the success of this operation.
Eonslan has not said one word this entire scene,
I can
by the
only
way.
focus on
They
one thing
literally
at a
just
time,
plopped her
after all.
model in there and said, good enough. Oh, I don't
Traveler,
get to see
I
her?
certainly didn't expect our
Man.
first conversation to be so serious. I've heard all about your accomplishments.
'Cause,
Ever
like, she
since you
interests
arrived, I've
me,
been
but,
hoping
like,
to meet you
I'm definitely
and
waiting
offer
until I
you
see her
Natlan's
in
highest
game.
level of hospitality.
Why?
Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
Yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start. And, you know, in the middle. But our
We were a war
reputation's solid
criminal on
nowadays.
the run.
That's more like it. After all, I've heard you're someone who transcends fate. Perhaps even more than you can imagine. But we can talk about that some other time. Ideally,
'Cause she's gonna
this
share
would
a
be the
secret with
perfect
us
night
sometime.
for a drink and some musical ambiance.
When the god of war
But
shares
there are
this secret
important
with the
things to be
traveler.
done.
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against the Abyss. She wanted us to give this to you. It embodies fond memories and my strength of will. That's what she asked us to tell you.
I didn't think this day would come so soon. The flames of her life force. I can feel them flowing within the talisman. If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot springs together while she gave this to me in person. We're supposed to be hot spring buddies after all.
Hot spring buddies?
But
oh,
don't
so
worry.
they were roommates.
This talisman means a great deal to me. I'll take good care of it. And once this is all over, I'll pay
Hot
Atea a
spring
visit.
buddies, you say? Were there clothes on when you were hot spring buddies?
You said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of contending fire. But that's not at all why you decided to suspend the pilgrimage, is it?
You're right. Even now, the production of contending fire is far from sufficient. The gradual corrosion caused by the Abyss has resulted in a massive shortage of pyro energy, and we're currently at the breaking point as things stand. The pilgrimage is a lost cause. Suspending it allows us to save our strength to defend the tribes. The Abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan, and Kachina's disappearance in the Night Kingdom is a direct consequence of that.
We can't let the general public know that.
Finally, she gets a
No.
line.
If the public learned that Natlan's destruction was close at hand, there would be immense panic. But if I said nothing at all, they would have continued to question the integrity of Natlan's heroes.
Another simple choice. The latter was clearly the better solution. But you chose otherwise.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right choice is the one with the fewest sacrifices. Let's go. There's still a way for the sacred flame to last a little
But is
longer.
it though? But isn't it though?
Yes. Come with me.
Where are we coming? I mean, going.
The sacred flame must never go out. Not only does it strike fear in the Abyss, but it's also the pillar of Natlan's stability. So until our heroes are ready, I will sacrifice my power to keep it burning.
But that can only last so long. I think we should focus on the remaining ancient name bearers.
Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Those chosen by the
I
Wild
think
have already
desperation is
embarked
clouding
on their
your
destined
judgment,
path.
lady.
It is for them
You'd
to
rather
decide how
sacrifice
that
the
journey ends,
Archon's path?
not us.
And leave like the
All we can
nation
do is
without its
support them.
last line of defense.
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice, it's not right.
If not me, then who? No other is capable of sustaining the sacred flame. I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
What if we could sustain the ancient flame? Hold on now.
Archon, it's the Fatui!
Oh? Already?
The Archon of NATLAN. A force to be reckoned with. The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin. And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled, what use is the Gnosis in your hands?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for NATLAN. But before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
He is kind of...
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us. Let our blades do the talking!
Yo. Oh, this is so good. Yo. Sneak peek of her ultimate? Oh. Sneak peek of his ultimate? Yo! This is fucking gas. It just keeps going. Wait, did he just do a Night Soul burst? Is he from NATLAN? Yo, it's wishing. Hey, they got 10 5-stars. What the heck? This is so cool. Might be coolest cutscene, coolest fight cutscene in the whole game. Is that controversial? Who won? Did either of them come out on top? Oh, neither of them look good. Oh? And he disappeared into the smoke.
Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
I low-key thought he was gonna come out of the smoke and stab her to the back. I low-key thought they were gonna do that. That was so freaking epic.
Are you alright, Archon?
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the Fatui Harbingers.
I never imagined someone could match you in combat. If the Tsaritsa sent him here, why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
Yeah. And how much does he know about NATLAN?
The Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. The only purpose that unites them is collecting the Gnosis. But I'm sure the captain has his own reasons for being here as well.
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to the Fatui. If they attack again, and we're not prepared, we're done for.
No, we're running out of time. The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time being.
But girl,
Besides, I'm sure you noticed. The power that came to his rescue just now came from the Masters of the Nightwind.
In other words, there are traitors among us.
Among
Not
us?
necessarily.
Traitors?
This could prove to
You
be a
mean there's
very
an
valuable turn of
imposter?
events.
There's an
When we
imposter.
exchanged final blows, I sensed an unusual presence within him. I'll need to investigate further. Kenichi, go to the Masters of the Nightwind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Lali. She should know.
What if the answer
course.
is as
I'll head out
simple
right now.
as
Do you still intend to...
he was part of the Masters of the
Yes.
Nightwind and is
But
from NATLAN?
fear not.
And he just hides his identity, you know? That could just
NATLAN's
be the
strength has
answer. It
never
doesn't
rested
have to be
solely
a
in its
traitor.
Archon. Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
And... Okay.
Is everything okay, Archon?
Kind of an awkward silence.
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames. Too late now.
Girl. Priorities. Girl. I mean, I
just
get it, but girl.
Hope the others have a safe journey.
Girl. She's like, oh man, I just gave up my power to save my nation. Man, I wish I got a good picture and I could turn my hair into flames. Isn't that cool, guys? There's an Oculus
What's
there.
happening at the stadium? Did something explode?
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power. She must be fighting a formidable opponent.
Should we go back and check what's going on?
Have faith in the Archon. She wouldn't lose in a one-on-one confrontation.
Once we find
Well,
Kachina's ancient
she
name,
wouldn't lose
we'll head right back.
the first time.
Okay, let's just keep climbing.
Later, when she doesn't have her
really
powers.
hopes nothing goes wrong.
I'm a little worried for Mabuika here. Think we might be resurrecting her next. Okay, let me go get this Oculus. Yo. Can I actually reach it from here? I don't know. Yeah, I definitely can. Alrighty, we're going all the way up there. Do I have a teleport waypoint that's up there? I do actually. Nice. I mean, I got all the waypoints that were on the map, so I would hope so. I am kind of sad that the Capitano fight wasn't like the climax of this quest.
Wine is right over there. Let's go.
That it was more just, you know, kind of like a side quest, a side story almost. Because they made it seem like that would be the climax.
Nice to see you again, Wina.
But now it just kind of is like
I'm afraid we
something
don't
that
have time for
happened,
pleasantries,
and now we're moving
so I'll get
on
right
from
to it. We're here for the Spirit Speaker Stone.
Genshin seems to do
Whoa,
that
hold
a lot.
on a second.
Like I feel like the
At
same
least tell me why you
thing
need
with
it
like
first.
when the mechs
My friend
attacked
Kachina
in
is trapped
Fontaine
within the Night
with
Kingdom.
Navia and Clorand.
We need the stone to find her ancient name and
Like that
rescue
was just
her.
sort of like a cool cutscene that just
Rescue
kind of
her?
happened.
From the Night Kingdom?
Genshin's got to work on
That's
their
right.
cutscene transition. They
I'm
gotta
sorry,
earn these
but
big
someone needs to
cutscenes
tell you what you
more.
don't want to hear.
That's just my
Go in
take.
there.
But
A mature warrior would never make such a foolish decision. The nature of battle is unpredictable. You never know how it's going to end.
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Wina. But if the price of maturity is abandoning a friend in need, I'll choose foolishness any day.
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Wina?
He's
This
like, it's
doesn't seem
immature
like you.
to care about other people.
Life isn't complete without taking risks. That's always been your mantra.
Please get her some brown
It's nothing.
contacts. Jesus Christ.
The Night Kingdom is a dangerous place. Can't blame me for checking if you were up to the task. If you're that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone. Keep it safe, okay? It's not like we have a spare.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But aren't you from the Flower Feather Clan, Chaska?
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one people call to resolve conflicts, so we slowly got to know each other that way. Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe too.
Quichi?
She's helped us out a lot in
Like
the past.
Coochie?
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes, I'll introduce you to her sometime. But let's get back to
Future
business.
playable 4-star right there.
Lena, how do we use the stone?
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts, and the ancient name you seek is like a tiny fish swimming downstream. In that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river. But the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman experienced enough to steer it in the right direction.
We couldn't do that ourselves?
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and the talent. If you want to make sure this works, though, I could recommend someone to you.
Who's it gonna be?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and
Oh,
scout
a
from our
random
tribe.
NPC. Okay.
He's got
Never
a keen
mind, I
eye
immediately
and a
stopped caring.
well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek. If you're fishing for a name, you're gonna want him on the boat.
Bichama? Why does that name sound familiar?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard
Hot
stories
spring
about
buddies,
him.
you say?
Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery from the cliff tops. Follow the path that way, and I'm sure you'll find him.
Thank you. We'll go look for him there.
Is he gonna be the traitor?
Good luck.
Is he gonna be the
I
traitor?
hope everything goes
Because
well.
they're setting up this one NPC that's gonna come with us on our journey to the abyss. And oh, there's also a traitor, but we haven't seen any other characters that it could be. So I wonder who it is. I wonder, guys.
Someone admiring the scenery from the cliff top. Hello there, are you Vichama?
Hey dude, nice to meet you. Are you gonna betray
That's
us
me.
later?
Did you need something?
Why was his voice so deep?
Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Are you okay?
Bro
Everything's
is
fine.
scheming. Bro is
I'll help
plotting.
you. But I do have a small request. After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my friends as well.
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
I'd
That's not
rather
a
not
problem.
get into it. He was
We
a
agree to your request.
hot spring buddy, if you know what I mean.
Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name, it's only right that we return the favor.
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at the stone?
I can't get over how much I hate her pants. They look so ugly. They're so ugly. I'm crying over my nails right now.
I see.
It's okay.
From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyssal pylon. Both connect the Night Kingdom to the living world. Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a tribal settlement.
Wow, you got all that just from looking at it?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I
You
still have
know
no
all
idea
about
why
this
it works.
abyssal relic?
You said
Just
someone
from
named
looking at
Lali
it?
invented
Wow,
this.
mister, you're so
They
cool.
must be a genius.
I hope
I'll
you
go
don't
find an
betray us
open area
later.
and start setting things up. In the meantime, I need you to get 2 things for me.
Oh, fetch
We'll go right
quest.
away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get a good amount.
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom.
Oh, I see. What about the second thing you needed?
Right. I need 2 chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to store them. Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes. But I heard...
Gotcha!
Alright, let's split
Why
up.
can't he get these
See
things
that
himself,
clearing?
huh? If he
Let's
knows
meet
where
over
they
there when
are,
you're
if he
done.
knows where to get them,
Oh,
why
and
can't he just go
you
get
can
them
send
himself?
someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the stone for myself.
What do you think, Chaska?
Oh, well, we were already going to take the stone for himself.
There's
Gee,
no
I
need.
hope that's not
Lena
foreshadowing
spoke highly of
anything.
you. That means you're trustworthy.
That means you're trustworthy,
I
doesn't
appreciate it. Even though that doesn't mean much to me anymore. Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so no need to rush.
Genshin.
I'll see you in a bit.
Genshin, be good at concealing who the traitor is for 5 minutes. This is literally, they are so bad at this. Like every quest,
What an
every
odd
story
guy.
quest,
He
they always
seems
make
so
it
defeated, but
painfully
also
obvious
really
who the
invested
bad
in
guy
the
is gonna
stone
be.
at the same time.
Genshin, please learn.
I don't have any more insight than you, Paimon. Let's just focus on the preparations for now. Hang on, Kachina.
Welcome back, Twaj. I'm just lamenting the fact that they make the traitor really obvious. Where am I going? What am I doing here? I don't actually know. Tara, I'm going to choose not to believe you because I'm hoping you read the title that said no spoilers. Okay, how the fuck do I get to this place? Where am I going? Whatever. I didn't know you could go inside. Okay. Are you a merchant? Do you have
Hello.
obsidian?
Do you have any hook ropes for sale?
Do you have hook ropes?
As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much for your whole stock?
Oh, the whole thing?
Deal.
Wait. Really?
Man, she
What,
showed
you want
us
me to
quick.
drive down the price? We just need these as fast as possible. Thanks.
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn,
Actually, he
Roke
won't
is the
betray
person
us.
you want to
He's
ask.
just sad his Minecraft dog blew up.
All right. That's
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the traveling merchant Bichama mentioned.
Wow, this whole part of the quest was so necessary. I love walking down here and talking to NPCs.
Excuse me. Do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes.
Why, yes?
I've got a chunk for
Why did he
sale
sound
right
like
over
that?
there.
Perfect. Is that the only one, though? We actually need 2.
That might be tough. Tell you
that
what,
might be tough.
I'll take a look through these boxes over here and we'll
Cartoon
see
ass
what we can
voice.
find.
Thank you so much.
Obsidian, like from Minecraft, exactly.
Relax. Everything
And
is
they're
going
going to use it to go to
plan.
the Nether, the
I
Night
know,
Kingdom.
it's just... I could tell Vichama feels the same way about his friend that I do about Kachina. I hope this chunk of obsidian isn't the only one. Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her. If I was the one trapped in the Night Kingdom, she'd have a whole pile of obsidian ready in a heartbeat.
Well, would you look at that?
Would you look
I
at
did
that?
bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
That's a piece of obsidian.
Thank you.
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. I'll take 3,000 mora for both. Here you go. By the way, I heard you mention Vichama just now.
You know what this guy
You
sounds
running
like?
an
This
errand
guy
for him,
sounds
then?
like Grandpa Moto from Yu-Gi-Oh!
How's he doing?
Sorry to relate every
Malco's
single thing
been
to
gone
Yu-Gi-Oh,
for
but he
5
does.
years now. It's about time he started to move
You want to see
forward.
my blue eyes? My
Do
special
you
card?
know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night, but I don't know all the details. Vichama and Malco grew up together, and even made a name for themselves together. Malco was an amazing fighter, capable of
God,
knocking
they
out
were
multiple
so gay,
opponents in
weren't
a
they?
single hit.
They're
while
so
Vichama
hot
excelled at
throwing
scouting
buddies.
and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an excellent team, and managed to beat back the Abyss several times. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage, and were placed on the same
gays.
team to fight the Abyss. But on the eve
Thank
of
you,
battle,
Taj. Very cool.
the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe.
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he could. Vichama didn't argue.
I don't
It's
really
just
care, actually.
Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything. Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame himself. Not because he did something wrong, but because he wasn't able to do anything at all. I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop dwelling on the past. But the shadow of Malco's death hangs over him still. The Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds never heal. I wish there was something he could do
Oh my
to
gosh,
make himself
I never
feel
pointed out to
better.
you guys. I'm wearing my
But,
Hawaiian shirt for NATLAN summer.
Anyway,
whatever.
that's the gist of it.
Celebration.
Maybe you could help him talk things through sometime. I would really appreciate it.
Okay, where are we going? What? Why is he all over there? What is bro doing? What? How are we? What? Is there a little guy I can get? Why? What is the purpose of this teleport waypoint, actually? How am I supposed to get over there? Oh well, Kirara can save the day.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here.
I've made all the necessary adjustments, so we're good to go. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name, and then go ahead. After Malco fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I have always blamed myself for what happened.
Bro, we aren't your therapist. Just get on with it.
That happened
Just do what
several
we hired
years
you to
ago, right?
do.
The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of Souls.
There might not be much hope.
Blah,
But I still
blah,
have to
blah.
try.
Can we get going
Malco
with
and
the
I
plot?
All right, let's get to it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name.
Oh my god, bro is literally glowing white.
Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom. The Abyss will likely emerge in response.
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer.
Oh, I bet we're gonna collect the fragments, and then the Abyss is gonna show up, and then we're gonna have to fight them. There they are. They're literally just shadows.
Nowhere to hide. Incoming.
Not to spoil my kitchen's damage for the video. Don't worry, we're not yet.
Let my name echo in
Wait,
song.
I have some time with the video.
Don't blink. Hey. Speed of light. Strike a pop. Cut to the chase. Hey. Who is one? Wind, hear me.
Oh, we're halfway.
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long. We're getting close.
How much longer, Vichama? I bet the abyss is gonna show up one more time after I get these last few fragments. Nope. Okay, one more. Boy, but the monsters are gonna show up. Or not.
Vichama!
Yo, look!
Quick, take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the abyss is getting stronger.
You're not going to find him, buddy. It's time to let go and move on.
The abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time.
Okay, bro.
Please, I'm almost there.
Why?
Thank you.
Why are we just gonna let him do this? Oh, we have to spam click? Okay. I'm using my abyssal
Watch out.
purification
The power of the
powers
abyss is
again.
strong.
Third time it's relevant in the story. Okay, my finger's gonna hurt soon though. Come on, bro. Bro?
This power.
Hanging in there?
Malco. No, why can't I find him?
Cause he spent
Why?
5 years,
He can't
bro.
wait any longer.
His body is
Pull
well
away from
and
the stone, Muramati.
decomposed.
I already tried, but the power of the abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry, Seat Lolly. Get back!
Oh?
Chaska, wait!
Ouch!
So she's confirmed bow character
just
now, I guess.
It looked like the spirit speaker stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while, but that's
But
normal.
Chaska, we only
Give
had
us a
one
heads
of
up
those.
next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it in time.
We literally,
said
we
to get
only
back.
had one of those, Chaska.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska. We were this close to getting dragged into the explosion.
Okay, I'll be more careful next time.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Wait, where's Vichama?
Well, considering he was right next to the
Vichama!
explosion.
Vichama!
Watch her do imposter check.
Couldn't find Malco's
Thanks,
ancient name.
Tovaj.
It must be completely gone by now. Once your ancient name disappears, there's
One
no
Piece
coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was a slim chance, but... And now... It's too late to save him.
Yeah, we gotta
From the
let your
minute he
boy
left
toy
that
go, man.
It was
He's
already
been
too
dead
late.
for 5 years. You have had
Vichama.
plenty of time to
I'm
mourn.
sure he's heard enough condolences over the years. Let's just give him some space.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks like something's glowing.
This is...
The rock is glowing. Huh?
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but
to say a few last words? Sure.
Too bad no one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not that I'm afraid to die. It's just hard thinking about my mom's face when she hears the news.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. They won't have to mourn me.
Okay, we're getting really depressing again.
Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you?
Bro,
Right to the
it's
end,
so
you
depressing
never went for
again.
goodbyes.
Why do we have
Maybe
to throw
you're
these
right.
storylines in here?
Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case. Vichama, I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
And as the earth burns to the ground, oh boy,
Was that a memory?
Seems like we were able to salvage something
A new
after
core
all.
memory. Feeling any better now that you finally got some closure with your boyfriend?
Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy.
NATLAN, the nation of depression.
It also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper pain?
Nobody is
Why?
happy in NATLAN.
Malko was always the type to put on a brave
Excuse me.
face. For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life, he was thinking the same thing.
Vichama.
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too, but I also understood why you had to try. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning. If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malko to the front lines no matter what. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, there are critical junctures in life.
Bro, he
And if you
already
don't
said he's
seize the
glad
chance
you
to
didn't die
act,
too.
there's no
he
going
wanted
back.
you to live a full life and move
That's
on.
something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so I hope you can walk away without regrets.
Thank you, Vichama. I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that promise.
That's good to hear. Strange. My body, it's...
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of purification, the corrosion can never be fully eradicated. Thanks to her, though, you are only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep the symptoms in check.
Yeah, that means no more depression for you. Control your emotions. Time to only be happy.
Just speaking from experience, that's all.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell Wyna the good news. Oh, and apologize for destroying the Spirit Speaker Stone. We had no choice, though, so he'll probably understand. Right?
He will not understand. There was definitely another way you could have ended that without destroying the stone. Just saying.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want from me.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wyna. I can hear it in your voice.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another with you two. They're back.
Koichi? What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly
Oh,
why
she's
I'm
a
here.
sister.
My apologies,
Okay,
everyone.
so
I just
bad
need to
news,
borrow
guys, she's
Tasta
not
for a few
playable.
minutes. You come with me.
I'll be just a moment.
She's not playable, and her design is kind of ugly.
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was actually raised by cuckoo sores. She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result.
She was raised.
The Abyss
she
found
was
her out
raised
there,
by animals.
all on her own,
That explains why she's
and
so
tried to
damn
devour
ugly.
her.
Doesn't
But
know
in
how
the
to
end,
dress.
all that did was
Raised
trigger
in the
her will
woods.
to live.
Raised in the wild.
Strength of will pushed her to survive, but it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the cuckoo source. Wherever they went, she followed, getting into fights right and left.
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine that.
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chaska still had a habit of getting into fights.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids.
Yeah, I
You're
definitely
fighting
beat
one
her
minute
up.
and your friend's the next. Eventually, she found a
Literally
way to rein
Tarzan.
in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve
Actually, no,
conflicts.
because Tarzan had
She's
more
known
melanin
as
than
the
she did.
peacemaker. It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though. Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get older?
Speaking from experience,
That's
no.
partly my fault.
They do
Koichi asked me
not.
to stop Chaska from doing.
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk us out of going to the Night Kingdom.
I'm all for your adventure.
Hell, my mother and
You
her
need to take
sisters
risks
are all
when
in
you're
their
young.
60s and they
Because by the
still
time you're my
fight.
age, you couldn't
You
attempt
never
something
grow
like
out
that
of
even if you
hating your
wanted
siblings.
to. Better try now than live with regrets later. That's what I say. Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end, nobody wants to sit back and let a loved one put their life on the line.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Okay,
Again
girl.
with the excuses.
Girl, going to another dimension, going to the Shadow Realm is not a trip
We agreed,
abroad.
didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3 if a situation is so dire there's absolutely no alternative. But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is. And you were just going to sneak into the place without saying anything.
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
Okay, girl, this
Brought
is
up
not
Uncle
the time
Wina, didn't you?
to keep.
He
This is not the
promised me he'd
time
stop you from doing
to keep your
anything
pride.
dangerous.
Okay,
Oh,
this is time
it's
to
like
be
you
humble.
didn't even try.
I
and
feel like he went back on
apologize
his
to your
word.
sister.
What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to say something.
All right, whatever. Anything else?
You... What do you mean, anything else? Why don't you reflect on what you've done and promise me you'll stay put?
She's
Time
kind
out.
of annoying though. Like
Is
she
this
is getting on
one
my
of our
nerves.
normal arguments or a serious one?
Chaska
Chaska
reminds me of a
doesn't sound like I'm
13-year-old's
joking.
OC. She's so
Then-
done.
You need to know something. What happened to
And I'll give
Katrina
her
was partially
elf
my
ears
fault.
and ice blue
I
eyes.
can't leave her
and
there to
she has
die.
one short
That's
pant
not
leg
who I
and
am.
one long pant
But the
leg.
person you become when
And
you
she's
lose
reckless
control,
and she
that's
goes into
also not
danger
who
and she
you
doesn't
are.
care what other people think
That's a
about
different
her.
issue. You said it yourself.
Also, she's
Person
badass
is
and
only
she's
as good
the
as their
best
morals.
warrior in the
I wanna live in
entire
NATLAN.
world.
I need to display qualities that make me worthy
Full
of this
offense
nation.
to 13-year-olds,
I've
actually.
also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Can't stand those bitches.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious.
13-year-olds. It's
And I think
okay.
Lina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi! Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
And she has bright red hair with a purple streak.
So, you're really going to go?
I could keep going.
No matter what I say? I'm supposed to be your sister.
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have to do is wait.
Chaska. So, that's it. Why'd you have to turn out to be so darn annoying?
You two are something else.
We were
Something
just
you wanted
watching
to
that
say?
whole exchange.
I know
Everybody
you weren't
heard
related by
every
blood,
word of that.
but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very tone of voice. It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Okay, cool. Can we get on with the
Alright.
plot again?
If you're done with the Spirit Speaker Stone, you might as well hand it over.
Oh, yeah, this.
According to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial artifact, so it'd be safer to keep it with me.
So about that.
If only Tone Gift Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the Holy Liar.
It might be in a few more
That's a
pieces than
callback.
you remember.
Oh my god.
Huh?
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
I see. Sounds like it was an urgent situation.
So, about
If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice. Still, Citlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken her stuff. I'll explain everything to her later. Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay? I'll wait here for your safe return.
We are finally going to the Night Kingdom. A callback 4 years in the making.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
By the way, what happened to the stadium
Well,
while
it's
we were gone?
fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
Yeah, did you think of that, Mavuika?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble.
Oops.
Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation we're facing. Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the pride of your tribe.
Archon,
So,
I'm sorry about
Yan-san
before.
wielding pyro, despite being
so
an
much on
electro
your plate.
character in
So
the
much that you have to
Travail
worry
trailer,
about.
might still
But
be
all
a
I could do is
possibility,
focus on my
huh?
own feelings.
What if Yan-san is the
You
next
have
person to
nothing
inherit
to
the
be
pyro
sorry
Archon
about.
power?
We all get overwhelmed by our emotions,
That's a
myself
theory.
included.
That's a theory to throw
Your
around.
reaction to Kachina's disappearance, I understand that feeling very well. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
Or what if they do something cool where like her vision changes to pyro eventually? They wouldn't do that, but it'd be really cool for them to develop the lore if they did. Where are we going? Is this the Pyro Archon's house? Cool digs, bro.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes, and physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
Alright, we'll have a look.
Yeah, or something like Kazuha, where she gets like two visions at once. Examine the mementos of the room. It's
Hey, there's
equipment.
a fishing rod here. It must have belonged to the people of the springs.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru.
Legendary
I have his entire
fisherman?
set of fishing
Like-
equipment, actually. he and I met in a tavern.
like Maui
he
from
told me
Yu-Gi-Oh!
about a particular kind of giant fish and his meticulous plan to catch it. In his eyes, I saw a hunger and a strong...
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. He managed to kill the fish, but sustained a serious injury in the process,
And
which
he
meant
could
he
never go
deep sea
fishing
fishing.
again.
Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch?
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
That was my answer as well. The experience was far more valuable than the prize itself.
Wrong. If you don't bring
In the
that
end,
fish home,
he
what's
didn't
the
want
fucking
his tools to go to
point? What's
waste.
the fucking
So he gave them to me.
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
Yo.
Maybe we can go head to head sometime.
Canonical fisherwoman, Mavuika. My girl is outdoorsy.
There are so many jars and potions around here.
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night Kingdom and the Wyab. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. The tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students found them outdated. The contents of the jars aren't all that special.
Ooh, must be something really cool.
Wait, is that
Grape
talking
juice.
stick in the background?
Huh?
Wait, that's talking
It's
stick,
quite
the
tasty,
battle pass
although
weapon.
Probably
I
expired
knew it
by
was a
now.
Natlan weapon. Wait though. That's the talking stick.
Whoa, this weapon is huge. Which tribe did it belong to?
Ah, that weapon belonged to Tenoch, a hero from 500 years ago. Strictly speaking, he didn't belong to any single tribe. That's because even before the disaster with the Abyss broke out, he had already been exiled.
Exiled?
It was a punishment imposed out of necessity, but he accepted it all the same. He believed it was what he
The
deserved.
talking stick, like the thing
When
you
the
pass
Abyss
around in
attacked,
elementary
the tribes
school.
found themselves in
Yeah, I think
urgent
this thing's
need
a
of a
little too
powerful
big for
figure
an
to lead them
elementary
into the
student.
battle. And there was no one more courageous or resolute than him. He united the 6 tribes and accomplished great feats throughout the war. Ultimately, he perished. And because he had already lost his ancient name, the Ode of Resurrection was unable to bring him back. And so, he was laid to rest, alongside the countless warriors and civilians who lost their lives, buried in the soil of his native land.
Wow. He sounds like a true hero.
Indeed, even now, his story is told throughout the land.
That's so cool. Imagine if this weapon ends up being good on her, because it's currently good on no one. Except maybe, like, Pyro Eula in a Sunfire comp. Now that's a team for one of you to try.
The powder still needs some time to settle, so let's wait a little longer. Well, what do you think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a better understanding of Natlan's culture now?
Yeah, if each item represents a different story. Seems like Natlan's really been through a lot. Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear
Time
concept,
is a flat
almost
circle.
like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past.
We know
or
this
predict
because of the
future.
Homestuck principle.
But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist at once.
Oh.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important? Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions. And eventually arrive at a very different destination. The
saying
future
you
is the same
exist
way.
in the context
It
of all that
exists
is
even though
and
it
all
has
that
yet
came
to come to
before.
pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name.
You think you just fell out of a
Fate.
coconut tree?
You're quite familiar
you
with
exist
that
in the
concept, I would
context,
imagine.
baby girl.
That does kinda make sense. The future hasn't happened, but already exists.
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect the future, while the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across
They've
countless
used this
eras
shot of
can
the
we
6
fight
tribe
back against
banners
an enemy
way
as
too
formidable
many
as the
times.
Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine. That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power.
The
After
first
he
Pyro
ascended to the
Archon
divine
was a
throne,
man.
he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan. Namely, a framework
But
through
yo,
which
we finally
ordinary
got another
people
male
can ascend
Archon,
to
technically.
Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that
Among
person
us.
ascends to the divine throne, their inner flame will awaken. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
So it all comes down to the power of the divine throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes, that's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas
Damn, your
and
mom and
commissioned a
dad
famous
white.
artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute!
Your
Looks
mother
like
is
two
the
of you
same
are
color
really
as the
close.
paper.
Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now.
That's so cute.
It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes!
It's alright. I'd never get upset over something like that. No matter what others may say, my past
So what
is a
happened to her
precious
little
part of my
sister?
identity.
What
I'm
happened to
forever
her?
proud of the life I
Are we
used
gonna
to
find
lead.
out another
Becoming the
tragic
Archon doesn't mean
backstory
you
that she
sever
died?
ties with your family. The position just comes with a
Glowing
lot of
decor.
responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew.
Actually,
so my sister would
guys, the
often
Natlan
bring me a
skin
large
tones
pot of his
are
cooking,
accurate. My
and he would sit
proof
on a
is
blanket and eat
twatch.
it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians we were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was comfort my sister and move on.
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? I think about that story a lot, actually. As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation. And experiences like that...
The proof is in the pudding, and
remind
I'm
me
pudding.
exactly what I'm trying to protect.
Vanilla
what
pudding
happened
in our
after
life.
that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
Oh, here it comes.
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art. Anyway, that's enough
She's
about
actually
me.
Kame.
Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska.
You're not gonna expand
Over
on
here,
that? Is she
Place
dead
the ancient
now?
name up there, and then we'll begin.
Okay, I guess we'll just move past that. I love these dramatic ass cutscenes. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Jump in.
Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Kachina!
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina, are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again?
Oh, poor baby.
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me.
What happens when God gets corrupted by the Shadow Realm?
So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. You don't need to
Kachina,
worry
you didn't
about
tell us
me.
where you were, though.
I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind.
Girl.
Just knowing you care is more than enough. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
We're gonna save you, baby.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of NATLAN. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
Except for those two guys. They hate you, but aside from them.
I'm really scared. Everything's so dark and creepy here. And I want to go home.
No.
Still, I don't want you to put yourselves in danger because of me. I don't want to hold anyone back ever again.
No.
All you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits now. Thank you.
She's fading. She's fading. Kachina. Oh.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical form. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption. That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
Girl,
I
right
just
before the final battle.
feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. There's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Now that I've lost my power,
get
I
going,
won't be able to
gang.
provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle...
That won't happen.
I hope not.
Alright. Where are we going? Here, okay. Enter the abyss to save Kachina! Anyways, I was thinking, I didn't want to bring it up to interrupt the story, but, you know, thinking about how every NATLAN character has, like, a mount type or, like, some kind of, like, movement ability so far. And because the Pyro Archon has such, like, a biker look, I just have this feeling that she's going to have, like, a motorcycle kind of mount. And that, she's also, you know, in the way that Archons kind of have like a premium version of the like region gimmick, you know, like how Farina had like Ouija and Numa. I think Mavuika will be able to traverse on any surface with whatever her mount is. I think she'll, you know, be able to go up walls, be able to like jump through the air, she'll be able to go over water, you know, stuff like that. That's my personal theory. Not based on leaks or anything, just what I think. Alrighty. Into the abyss. Yeah, definitely like a Ghost Rider type of like flaming motorcycle is what I'm hoping for her.
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns?
Yes, a really long time
Nubla
ago.
did say a
Very
nation
few
of
records
dragons.
have survived
He didn't
until
say
now,
when
so
it
no
was a
one
nation of
really knows what the
dragons.
devices here are for.
Maybe that was just the last
ruins
time he
have been
visited.
abandoned for a long time, but with the recent increase in abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been activated again.
So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
No.
You thought this
It's
was
going to
be
be
easy
obstacle
at
after
all?
obstacle from here on out.
Why are you all laughing like that?
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right guys?
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
You guys are way
Then
too
let's go.
excited about
We
this.
won't let anything...
You're way too excited to go to the Shadow Realm. Okay, guys, let's jump into hell.
Seems like
and
the
save
road
our
ends
dead
here.
friend.
How should we get across?
How indeed.
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah,
She's
so
literally
basically
a
no
personal
sugar, no
trainer?
soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Alrighty.
With sword comes shadow.
Why would you think an adventure to the Night Kingdom would be easy? Everyone knows there's a bunch of knights there. Real twat. You're always the realist.
Yoo-hoo! Speed of light. Hey! Yeah. Nowhere to hide.
I swear by my sword.
Alrighty, chest. We get chest. I love chest. Only a common chest though. It's boring. We get to we get to ride the airwave thing.
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
Thank you, Captain Obvious Paimon.
Coming through. Strike a pose. Let the world come alive. Incoming.
Oh, these are just hilly strokes. Okay.
Speed of light. Got lucky that time.
Excuse me.
Cut to the chase.
Like you staggered out first.
Hey! Wind, hear me.
That would be really nice. Okay.
That's that. Sign here, please.
Do I get chest for that one? No. And now we get to do the rock guy. Whee! What riveting gameplay.
Let my name echo in song.
I also love
Don't blink. With
most
sword comes shadow.
Most relatable person in chat.
Barbados, guide us.
Really?
Coming through. Service with a song. Strike a pose. Let the world come alive. Hey.
Rude.
Cut to the chase. That's that. Sign here, please.
Easy. Get cat blasted. Ooh, we get chest for that. Bigger chest. You know, I love chest, but that's what, like a bigger chest. Oh. Cool.
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
Paimon, you fly. Climbing is literally nothing to you. You lost the 50-50, no. But you got Tainari. That's like literally the
This
best
must be
person
the
to lose
entrance
to.
the Pyro Archon told us about. The one ripped
Is this on
open
your
by
North
the
America
abyss.
account?
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels
That's
familiar.
like a great
and
5-star
also
to
foreign.
have.
We actually have to go
For
in
early
there?
game.
Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
We did though. We did.
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
We're here.
It looks so deep. That overflow of energy is
Welcome
probably
to
what
the
trapped
Shadow
Kachina
Realm.
here in the first place.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies. anything can happen here.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. We obviously can't go back the way we came.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there?
So are
Whoa,
we?
It's so high up. Did we really fall that far down?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here.
Real-world knowledge
We
doesn't
fell
apply
all this
here.
way, yet came out completely unscathed.
We're
If
just
this was the
making
real
shit
world,
up.
we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here,
This is
all we
code
have to
for
do is
we're
stand
making
underneath
this
the
shit
light
up
and
as
offer
we
a
go
prayer.
along.
That's it? Right. We still
Sorry.
got a job to do.
So that means
Tara,
all we
I
need to do is
cannot
find
advise
Kachina
you to do
and bring
that.
her to this location.
But it is,
Exactly.
at the end of the day, it is
This
your
light is
choice.
streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the
You
two
know,
realms.
you could save your guaranteed and go
The
for
terrain
like
looks
right
difficult to navigate.
in the second half.
And the visibility's not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these conditions?
Yeah, these floating black
you know,
things don't look super
That's another
friendly
great
either.
support.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
What the heck?
Calm down. I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama,
Oh
right?
my god, it's the dead boyfriend!
Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malco. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me. It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker's stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, we could have done much more.
And how is that our fault?
But we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama
You
and his
literally
tribe
didn't
would have
have
been
to
in
destroy
danger.
it. I am 90%
course.
certain there was another way you could have
Thank
gone
you for
about that.
protecting him. I never imagined that. Even after all these years, he'd still take such a risk for me.
Okay, then save your guaranteed.
Under the power of the stone,
for a
it felt
future
like our souls were
character. Like,
connected.
just, you know,
Turns out even our
don't burn
regrets were
yourself
exactly the
out
same.
just trying to get like the best character.
Whether
right
in
away.
triumph or death,
Because there
you
are
want
like
your best
other
friend
options.
by your side.
You could use if you need an animo character, just
Exactly.
use like animo traveler.
That may not be in the cards for us, but it's not too late for you. You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? She's being chased by an embodiment of abyssal power. I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me.
Tara, did you?
Be careful. This place has been
Did
severely
you get
corroded
the
by the
free
abyss.
5-star on your North America account yet? Or is your AR not high
Paimon didn't
enough?
realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Oh, follow the ghost. Ooh.
Quick, get back here.
What the fuck?
Can't go wandering on.
Bro!
Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being.
That was uncalled for. They could have warned me better.
We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way.
Hey bro, your shield is breaking. Your shield broke, bro! Oh, okay. Well, you picked kitchen. I see.
Not good. More monsters.
I mean, based choice.
We
of
shouldn't
course.
waste our time on them.
But it does make Tinaria, I guess, a little less.
Let my name
A
echo
little
in
less
song.
relevant.
Incoming.
Because, you know, they're both DPS.
Coming through. That's delivery. Go as planned. Speed of light. Huh?
Yeah. I don't advise, you know, that kind of a last minute grind. But again, it's your choice.
Oh, Paimon can't see anything.
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Like, if it was your main account, I would understand. But you skipped Kazuha on your main account. For Geo Roller Skates Woman.
Did you hear that?
What?
Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
Don't scare Paimon like that.
I heard it too. It was a voice from the abyss.
What did it say?
Yeah, I think they really nailed the vibes with the abyss environment.
It doesn't matter.
Here.
It certainly
They
doesn't
really
harbor
got that
good
kind of
intentions.
spooky, unnatural environment going on. Like the glowing rocks that kind of look like flesh. That's kind of peak.
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
Talk to Kachina. What? She's here. Kachina, we're here to save you. Okay, there being no music here is a little off-putting. Just my chill lo-fi coming through the background. Oh no, the ghost.
We're here, Kachina. Oh, honey, you made it.
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Good idea. Let's go.
I'm anticipating a trial character. Yep, there we go. Too bad I'm not doing it.
Don't blink. With sword comes shadow.
Barbados, guide us.
Having trial characters is kind of annoying on controller because
You're here.
all the switch buttons are taken up.
Here.
So they give you like random button combinations.
The monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times. The YF's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got here.
Tara,
Atta
I'm sorry,
girl.
I don't know what
You
buried
did
light
so
is.
well. And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Should we start heading back then?
Actually, I have a request.
Also, my
Will
ability
you
to
come
change
visit
the
the
music
YF with
is
me?
very limited.
I can't exactly put it into words, but something's wrong with the Ode of Resurrection.
Oh, something's wrong with the
And
Ode of
I know it has
Resurrection, you
something to
think?
do with the contamination
Have you
from
stopped
the
to wonder
abyss.
why maybe we
That was
didn't
the
bring you back to
Pyro
life the
theory
first
as
time?
well. Everything we've seen here certainly seems to back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their
Proxy?
consciousness.
Sinless Zero reference.
There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the Night Kingdom.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them,
Are we gonna
that
have to
probably
purify
wouldn't
all
even put a
7 of
dent in
them?
the
It's gonna
problem.
be a little mini game. I don't want to do that.
We can't just leave the YF to suffer. It's protected me this whole time.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina?
Girl, we need to get
What's
you out
wrong?
of here. You were about to become corrupted by the abyss.
Just a headache. And that voice again, telling me to abandon the YF and leave this place.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for too long.
No, I'm fine. I don't plan on listening to that nonsense. I can hold on. Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides, I can still fight, so please, help me out a little longer.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you. But that's because we want to help the Y-Up. Not because we have something to prove. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit. We'll be there for you.
All right. The sooner we get this done, the better.
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Let's go. This way.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
You're literally just a ghost.
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes. So go. Achieve your goal.
Yeah,
return to the world where you belong.
We know how to move on after 5 years.
Thank you for everything.
Your boyfriend,
You're a
your
true
boyfriend
hero.
on the other hand.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Achievement.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that.
Totem pole. I bet that's it.
Y-Up? Y-Up! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Y-Up, can you hear me? Y-Up?
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Y-Up from answering our calls. All right,
We've
get
cut
ready,
off our
everyone.
connection to
Time
God.
to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow
Come
me
on,
down?
please.
Courage in the face of futility is pure folly. He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed Malcolm?
He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worry, you may have
Okay, let's try
defeated
the
others
Abyss
of my
Mage.
kind in the
I
past.
get it. Not
but
Abyss Mage,
underestimate
Abyss
me
Lector.
now, and it will be to your peril. No, the power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work of art. I strive only for the opportunity to see it up close. I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is full of lambs willing to offer themselves up to the slaughter.
Damn.
That is the
Okay.
tragedy of your short
Line
lives.
kind of goes hard though.
You understand nothing of all-encompassing power. Ancient names, pride, friendship, all empty ideas invented to give you a false sense of self-worth. They possess no power at all. The Pyro
I don't know,
Archon
dude. I see quite a
created
bit of
those
pride in
grandiose
this
ideals
rainbow
out of
group
pure
here.
selfishness. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so pathetically
Strong beyond
weak?
measure. Dude, I think you haven't heard.
Kachina, give me your hand.
Kachina, don't listen to the voices.
Feel that?
Little mitten girl.
I'm right here next to you.
Thanks, Moalani. You're right. I have nothing to fear, because I'm not alone anymore.
You're right.
You were
Maybe
never alone,
comforting
baby
ideals
girl.
don't have any power. But you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down? It comes from our friendship.
Are we
Power
really
lies
doing a
not in the
power
ideal
friendship
itself,
moment here?
but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight.
Well said.
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you.
There aren't
Dang,
many
girl.
in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste of that kind of power.
Genshin Impact friendship is magic. Oh, they weren't kidding when they said just the 2 of you.
Carving waves.
How difficult is this gonna be? Oops.
Check this out. Best of luck.
Oh, easy actually.
Let's ride. Surf's up.
Mulan is just that broken of a character, I guess.
Amazing. Clear the area. Carving waves. Surf's up. Amazing. Surf's up. Ah, watch the surfboard. Right here.
Bouncy, 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 bouncy. Hi,
New
dragon.
surfboard. Let's ride. Amazing. Let's shred, Sharky.
Let's shred, Sharky.
Oh, he won.
Shred
We
into
actually
pieces.
won.
Turns out he wasn't stronger than any old abyss
That's what he
mage.
gets for underestimating you two.
Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely fantastic. This makes me so unbelievably happy.
I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable.
Huh? What's happening?
Oh?
My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Wait, does that mean you're...
What's happening?
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption. Still,
Is
seeing
this
you pull it
God?
off
Is this the wild?
was really something. Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance against the power of the Abyss. It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for
Oh
me
wait,
to
no. I bet this is like the
understand that for
projection
myself.
of like her, the holder of her
The
ancient
Pyro
name, the
Archon's
ancient
plan
hero.
will unite us as one. Everyone has a part to play. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes.
Who are you?
Tupac, a warrior from the
It's
people of the
Tupac.
Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion
He came
500
back to
years
life,
ago.
guys.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Since you were
joking.
able
I
to
know he's a
awaken my
historical or
words
like
from
a
your ancient
figure of
name,
legend.
that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Wayub.
Does he
Under
sound
the
like
name
Keith
Umoja,
Silverstein a little bit
we
here?
shall unite the tribes
Is that him?
and save Natlan from its impending doom.
I don't think it is. He sounds like it though.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
Fist bump. Cute.
What's wrong, Mualani?
So many memories. My brain was just flooded with everything he once knew. So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer
Yeah,
than
guys,
we have
we
to.
spent enough time standing around chatting.
I
We're
know
all
bits and
going to get
pieces,
abyssal corrupted.
But I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the Wayub first.
She just became smart. I've absorbed all knowledge in the known universe. My brain is huge. Okay, we're all just doing like the She-Ra power here, power of the rainbow. Sure, that was explained.
Okay,
it worked
should be
though.
enough. Why up? Why up? Can you hear me?
I hear your voice, Kachina, my dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay.
On.
I'll keep searching within myself for the answer.
We
I'll never stop trying to improve my strength. One day, I'll live up to the hero you saw in me.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina.
That's Mavlika's voice actor, right? There's definitely a connection there, like her ancestor
You
or
are
something.
all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name, but it need not define you.
Your
Focus
name need
on
not
who you
define you.
want to be.
Transpositive
You are already
message brought to
worthy
you
of
by
your
Ancient
name.
Impact.
Now, you need only devote yourself to becoming a better you. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue.
Thank you, Wyatt.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is time for you to leave this place. The situation here is getting worse. Go now, my children. Save NATLAN on behalf of all you hold dear.
I know we've never met before, Wyatt, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
Whoa,
And now we better get out of here. We've had
We're
our
out of
nice
time.
emotional moment. Time to run.
It's the power of the abyss. Quick, we need to run!
Cutscene time?
It's a Sealy!
There's
the
a
Sealy opened
Sealy?
the way for us!
What? Is there literally a chest? Not even a chest for that? Okay. Fine, I guess. The abyss is coming, guys! It's coming! Run, Lamine, run.
The opening in the sky! It's closing!
We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here!
I'm going as fast as my stamina allows, Molani.
Watch out for the falling rocks!
Quick, through the middle!
The abyss is what?
It's coming. Come on, faster!
And fast.
We'll never make it!
Okay. What, prototype Rancor on Traveler? What? Why did we upgrade from Dull Blade? Oh, she's surfing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we stuck here? Is this where the quest is gonna end? No. Okay. What is this? Is it Mavlika? Yeah! literally punched into hell. She's
You've
so
done well.
badass.
Now come home.
Wait, she got her fire hair back. What was up with that? Is it because we restored part of the web? That was so badass.
We're back.
Imagine punching into hell.
The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the speaker's chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Every great display of power comes at a price.
They just learned how to do the fist clenching animation, and they used it like
You must
5
feel
times
terrible,
now.
Kachina. Just hold
It's
on.
like when they first
We'll get you
discovered
to a
the
doctor
crying
soon.
animation.
Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting for us.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right.
I'm
You always seem to
fine.
do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan. What is it exactly?
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now. Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
Alrighty. So we've had the setup arc. It's time for the payoff arc next. I agree with you there. Yeon-sun kind of just feels shoved in at the moment. It's clear that like she's involved deeper than what they're telling us so far, but I would like to see that instead of just it being implied.
Huh. There's a lot less stuff here than before.
What happened to all the artifacts?
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first.
What happened?
It's best not to let any lingering effects of the
Girl,
abyss
did you
go
have a
untreated.
garage sale?
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one.
One Piece reference.
All right, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its power.
Well, my sibling is part of the
special
Abyss,
like that.
so
She
I
can
must be
even
the exact
purify its
opposite.
power. Wait,
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events
She
to come.
sold it all to Dory.
Of course. I still have patience
She
to
had to
see,
pay
so
off her
I'll head
sister, the
out.
architect's
Thank you,
debts.
All right, all right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both had good intentions. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us one day.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation in the Night Kingdom. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
huh?
No. That can't be true, can it?
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mulani told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal,
So,
In the end,
if I'm
victory
not
came at the
mistaken,
cost of
this
our
is adding new
civilization and
information
countless
to
lives.
what we know about like the
Even
Conria
then,
era.
it took
So not only was
centuries of
Conria
solving the
invaded,
disasters caused by the
but the
Abyss to
entirety of
finally
Teyvat
achieve the
was.
peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory.
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as NATLAN's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory, nor did they hold hope for the future. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wyab nearly severed. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save NATLAN.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand.
Plan.
Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then. And it was you.
She is actually over 100 years old, guys. She's well
Archon is
wise
supposed to
beyond
be
her
human.
years.
It's impossible for
She
a
has the
human to live
maturity
that
of an
long.
adult.
That's right. The hardest
Okay,
thing for
Gooners,
humans
will
to
you buy our
overcome
game
has
now?
always been time. Or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, NATLAN doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the NATLAN of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes.
I'm following.
The goal was to reunite the
my
people
God, it's the
and
same
restore
shot
the
of the
strength
banners
of each
again.
tribe's Wyab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wyab would select a hero. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old 500 years ago.
So that means I'm one of the Chosen?
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wyab were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But something went wrong along the way.
Along
the
the
six
way.
heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from
Primos,
500
please.
years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on
with
to
my
them.
enjoyment of the story.
Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wyab has been blocked.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its methods certainly aren't easy to counter. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection to their
ruined my
name.
immersion. Totally
So,
took me out of it.
I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shalonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wyab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
That leaves 2 people left.
Well, we have less than a year.
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered.
So Kachina's
That's also
not
why I
the
haven't
hero
been
of
able to
her
take
tribe?
action despite
That's
the
bullshit.
urgency of the
I'm sorry, but
situation.
that's bullshit.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize your full potential. Just like your determination to save Kachina,
So I think it's pretty
hope your commitment to
obvious
this
that
endeavor
the other two
comes from your
people are
own
going to be
strength of
Chaska
will,
and Seed
rather
Lolly.
than a sense of obligation.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final two heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand
She says,
will only
looking at one
hinder
of the
their
two heroes,
development.
probably.
I can only trust in the judgment of the Wyab. I have never believed
I
I
have
could
not
solve
done
this
Imaginary
crisis
Theater yet,
alone.
no.
In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on
I
NATLAN's
did not have
salvation
enough time
lies not
before
in
this
this
stream.
Archon or
I
any
was just spending
singular
my resin and
individual,
stuff.
but in us all. You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with avoiding the topic.
Huh? Oh, right! All the stuff you stored here before. Where did it all go?
Yeah, the elephant in the
Even
room.
though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night Kingdom. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose: fuel.
Fuel? So back
She literally
then,
just like
that's
threw
why
away
you-
all like these
Yes.
memories and mementos
The stories
people have given her
embodied by
for
those
fuel.
items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Every item belonged to a hero
I think
of
you mean
NATLAN.
the elephant
Over
missing
time,
from
they
the
became
room.
imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being
The
carried in
elephant is
battle.
not in the room.
On their own,
if
each
you
item's
will.
power is limited. But together, their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire
The millennium
situation.
items.
By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the two worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But weren't they all precious treasures? What about their stories?
That's what I'm asking, Pyron.
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power.
No more talking stick, guys. It's been erased
so
from
sorry.
history.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all
It had a
deserve my
good
thanks,
run.
actually.
No, it didn't.
If
It
you
was a
hadn't saved the
terrible
totem
weapon.
pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost to the Abyss. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster.
No more talking.
Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to NATLAN's survival. If they knew those items helped
No
save
more
the present-day heroes of NATLAN, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still feel bad.
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. If you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime.
Girl, that is
Now
not
that
an
Kachina
equivalent
has
favor.
returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night Warden Wars. And we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to silence everyone who doubted you once and for all, Kachina.
Yeah, just don't tell them what you had to do to be able to bring her back.
Now that I know the danger
I
we're
don't think
facing,
they'd like that very much.
having a victory feast doesn't feel right.
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Worrying about it will only affect your judgment. All right, you should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
Is it gonna end here? I bet it's gonna end after this. Oh? What are we loading? What are we loading, girls? Oh, I thought that was Enkanomiya for a second.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over NATLAN. They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're from. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot spring buddies together.
Hot spring buddies?
It's been really nice.
A place
seeing the
hot
children
spring
in my
buddies
tribe get
can
older.
gather, you say?
It's helped me gradually understand the true value of the springs.
Sounds like a fruit bowl to
I've witnessed
me.
their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. It's unbelievable how quickly they worm their way back into my good graces. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential.
Hot spring, more like
I can
fruit
see
bowl.
it. One day,
More like
when
fruit
I'm no longer in
soup, am I
fighting
right?
form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did for me. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
She misses her hot spring buddy. Oh? Okay, this is kind of beautiful, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of majestic. Talking stick, it's back! We can speak
Our
it now.
nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribe
The talking
stands
stick
divided,
is
and yet
back.
you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution. My rage will never know absolution, and my power
Better get
will no
busy,
longer
Pyro
aid
Archon.
you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll
Fist
find
bump.
a way to collect the debt. For NATLAN.
Again, it really seems like they just figured out how to do a fist clenching animation, and they keep using it. You want those tacos?
You're gonna head 500 years in the future
It's
to
her
serve as the Pyro Archon
and her
again?
mother.
But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for NATLAN's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Oh,
Yeah, they
seriously,
definitely
Dad should be
feel like
Where is
siblings. They did a good job making these
I imagine
NPCs feel unique.
He didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. That's just who he is.
Typical dad, not showing up for her daughter's funeral.
Just remember,
Not showing
no
up for the
matter what
important
happens
moments
in
in
the
life.
future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day.
Hine.
I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something.
Name being Hine?
There has to be a way for us to meet again one day.
Come on, that's
If
gotta
there's
be
an
a
answer
Himiko
out there
reference.
somewhere, I'm gonna
find it. So, don't forget about me.
Oh, man. That's certainly a camera shot.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For NATLAN!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy.
I do
They
not
shall
think her
grant
dad
us
is
the strength
Capitano.
to
He'd have to be
overcome the
over
next
500
tragedy.
years old.
War
I'm
forged
sorry, but I
six
just
tribes,
don't understand that
taught
theory.
us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire. The lifeblood of our nation.
Flashbang. Oh. Okay, abrupt transition, but alright. I mean, yeah, the Sarita could have granted him a longer life. It's not out of the question, but... I don't know, I just don't buy it. It feels too cliche, you know? And also, like, they showed what her father looked like in the family portrait, and if that's true, then that means Capitano is an NPC, which we also know isn't true because we've gotten his playable
Koichi!
model.
You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. I was about to leave, actually. But it's not that I don't want to celebrate Katina and the others. I'm so glad you made it back. It's just... Well, I'll make things awkward if I'm around my sister right now.
Ah, well, you two had a fight, so Paimon can understand.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information about the Abyss.
That's good.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty...
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong.
You think
Her mental
Capitano held
strength helps her
back
rein it
during that
in, but she
fight?
still loses control sometimes.
I don't know, man.
I
I
had
feel like
no
he was going
idea
pretty
what
all
you might
out.
face in the Night Kingdom, so I didn't want to take any chances.
Like, they were pretty evenly
So
matched.
what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool for a little while, at least. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound. That's all I wanted.
What? Do you really have to go that far? Can't you just talk it out?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this, or it'll be even harder to help her. I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this burden. Anyway, I need to get going. Enjoy the celebration. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Traveler absolutely cannot beat Capitano. Like, if we ever have, like, a boss fight against him...
There was a deeper reason behind
I
their
think
arguing.
it's... They literally cannot have us defeat him. Like, it has to, like, stop halfway or
In
something.
the end, it's all the Abyss's
Like the
fault.
Raiden fight,
Paimon's
right?
had enough
Like,
of
there was
that.
no way we were going to actually defeat the Raiden Shogun. But he was in there for the story. I don't think he could duke it out with Nuvalet. Nuvalet is a sovereign with his full power back. That means he's above the Archons. And if Capitano is like toe-to-toe with an Archon, then yeah, he can't be New Blood.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Woohoo! Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad I finally made it.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild, so I stopped to bandage his wounds. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one person. I figured Kachina would have no trouble replacing me.
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams too.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars.
So, what about you guys? Did you make it far?
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day. We got disqualified.
Karma. What can I say? That's karma.
Serves you all right. No sympathy for me.
Hell yeah, Pakal.
Alright.
Pakal like king.
There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal.
No, I think he's
dear
justified.
friends, I'd like to say a few words. Firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me
she's
back.
there, the thief.
This traveler and her companion Paimon
That's cool.
are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed to participate in the pilgrimage, I have no doubt that they'd win the whole thing. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, I believe I can become even stronger still. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the Traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the Night Kingdom. They too
Well,
deserve
Kanich
to be
didn't
called
do that
our
much.
heroes.
Kanich has just kind of
please
been
give
in the
another round of
background this
applause
whole
for
time.
them.
He's
Thank
been
you
a
so
snarky
much.
commenter.
Well said.
Bro has zero plot relevance. Aside from, he provided Mavwika with a sword in the Capitano
How does it
fight.
feel being a hero,
His
Kachina?
one contribution to the plot.
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. It all just feels so surreal. Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion! Hey, please don't make fun of me.
He's there, you know? Like, oh yeah, Moalani, and Ayan-san, and Chaska, and Kachina, and he's there. Okay, Mavwika, what do you have to say?
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite!
Man, I love some good old
You
fruit
look
juice.
like you still got questions.
Good old
Ask
PG-13
away.
fruit juice.
Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time, for in 500 years NATLAN will be destroyed, it seemed too cruel. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. But
He's
life
the
is
boy of the
short,
group.
and beyond a point, it just doesn't seem real. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now, and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years.
The
It
one
would sound
trans
quite
guy in the
ridiculous.
girlfriend group.
I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could still work without them, or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
Paimon's suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your family from back then?
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth is that very little information survives. From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist.
He
She
could
played
be.
an
How do you
instrumental
know?
role in rebuilding the scions of the
You
Canopy
checked under his
tribe,
shirt for top surgery
designing
scars?
and building many houses. But of course, none of her buildings are around anymore. Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of her. You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. But this is something I have long since come to terms with. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the Abyss. The people of Natlan
I just feel
look
like
to me
she
as
has
their
to
Archon,
die. She's gonna
and the
die
weight
at
of their
some point in this
expectations is
Archon
mine
quest,
to
man.
bear.
She's gonna
I
get
must
stabbed
see
through
our
the
fate
back.
through to the
She's gonna
very
have to
end.
come back to
No
life.
matter
And then she
what I
goes
may
back to
find
life.
her.
She'll be an actual mortal and won't be an Archon anymore. And it'll be like Fontaine, where Jabalonk is gonna show up. The Gnosis is gonna get handed to him, and he's gonna get the power. And it's just gonna be Fontaine all over again. That's what I'm saying. What's Katitano trans Nan? I accept this headcanon. He's the buffest trans dude you know. The buffest trans guy at the gym.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written, including your plan?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms. The past, present, and future coexist, and all are equally important. Even if the future ends in destruction,
Jabalonk might be
there's
just
still
the
no reason to give up on the here and now.
No, they
And
can't
it's
do this
precisely
to
because
us.
we humans cannot know our fate that we will never
Despair.
give up on our struggle. This is a pivotal moment. We are still 2 heroes short. Well, 3 to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side.
God, I hope that's not
Whatever it
true. They
takes.
can't do that to us.
Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. It
We
would
deserve
easily
another
make you
dragon
an all-important
daddy.
figure in the upcoming battle. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient name.
Ooh, we'll
for
get an
you.
ancient name?
Ancient names can be forged?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then the number of them in circulation would have long dwindled to 0. Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. Your stories would be remembered by our people for all the years to
The
come.
only pyro
The Ode
character
of
in all of
Resurrection may have
Natlan is the
temporarily
Archon.
lost its power, but still.
They would do
Take
that,
this
wouldn't
as my
they?
personal guarantee that I shall never let you fall. Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This name.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation here.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge the name. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
Alright, so that's the setup for meeting Shilonen in 5.1. See you guys then.
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power.
Ooh, Fatui?
Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the Gnosis.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now. As for you,
So,
I
something
must
that I
confess,
wanted to point out,
I did not expect that
Capitano
little
is the
trick of yours
only
to save the
Fatui
day.
Harbinger we see
No
in
matter how
his
dense the
outfit
fog,
from the Winter
as
Knight's
long as the
Lazo.
sun remains,
All
we
the other ones
cannot
have a
turn
different
day
outfit.
into
This is
night.
just his everyday wear.
She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
Who was he talking to? Was that Jabalonk? I don't know. I don't know, man. But that is the Archon quest. Let me get my 500 primos. Hell yeah. Alright. Well, everyone. That was that was good. Again, I liked it. I thought it was solid. Again, I feel like NATLAN Act 1, Act 2 on par with Fontaine Act 1 and Act 2. Oh yeah, you're right. Probably Auroran. That would make more sense. Yeah. Cause he was in the part of the trailer with Kabatano in it, so yeah. But yeah. I don't think this is anything groundbreaking. I really liked the, you know, the Kabatano and Mabuiga cutscene. But I don't think, like, you know, the story surrounding it was anything, you know, truly mind-blowing or groundbreaking. I definitely think this quest is going to pick up more later. I definitely think we're going to get way more, let me switch my, my screen here. But I definitely think we're going to...
Let's go.
Kitchen, can you shut up? I definitely think we're going to get more interesting story. I definitely think it's going to pick up as the versions go by. I think we're probably going to get a pretty intense, you know, final battle coming in here once we gather all the heroes. So it's probably going to be like 5.1, we'll get Shilonen, 5.2, we'll go get like Sitlali or someone, or Chaska, you know, whoever's next. And then, who knows? Aurora and his Katitano's GF. Bestie girlfriends. Actually, no, I love that. But yeah, that's where I foresee this story going. I don't know. I am excited to see where it goes. It's hooked me for sure. But again, like, I'm not like totally blown away yet. I'm waiting to be blown away. I'm sure they're gonna have, you know, some epic final battle cutscene with every single playable character, all the heroes in it. I'm sure they'll do something like that. It would be a waste if they didn't, for sure. No, I'm taking it 100% seriously, Tara. It's my new favorite ship. Aurora next Katitano. Somebody came up with the ship name for that one quickly. Capitoran. There we go. Got it already. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm glad we started a little earlier. Now it's not so late when I'm ending. And I have time to go have some dinner before I have my next commitment tonight. Which, as I told you, we're working on the next cat fix. And I, again, look forward to that because it's going to be a good one. And then again, this Friday, will be a collab with Justal. We'll be streaming again. Should be around 3 p.m. Central Time. You can convert that at your own will, but that is the time it will be for me here. Yeah, we will have some fun, and there'll be a little fun challenge. Again, you'll find out more when you're there, so make sure you don't miss it. And yeah, I will see you guys Friday. And there should be a video Saturday as well, I think, if I'm remembering right in my head. Yeah, so stay tuned. But bye, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for seeing the stream. Again, thank you all so much for supporting my YouTube streaming endeavors. It's been a fun time to try this out with you all. So, bye-bye, and I will never